getting this done, getting this page up, because we need to get this kind of information out to the public. When we were asking for this information as far back as 1994, when we were asking about IRBs and where money was going, it was very difficult to get the information. It was very difficult to understand, even after we got the information, how it was set up. That was the impetus for getting this information out. It was not in April of 2009 during the campaign. It was not when we passed legislation in October of 2009. This has been going on for years on the part of the community and certainly on the part of organizations like the Southwest Organizing Project, where they wanted to have this information. Albeit we have a portal now that is being touted by the administration and the Journal in this city. It is not what we asked for. It does not comply with the resolution that was passed by myself and my colleagues, as I said, in October of 2009. This was a clear ask, a clear mandate to the administration, and yet they refused. And in fact, they spun it to make it sound as if this was an original thought on the part of the administration, and it was not, it is not. I commend them for having, as I said, this information out there. I commend them for complying with some of the resolution, but two areas that have not been covered, I don't think. The easy access to a template, a form that someone who wants information beyond what's in the portal to be searched and then to be reported back to the person that's requesting that information. And then probably another and even more important area, we don't know where the money for IRBs, tax increment deferred districts, or PIDs are going. And we don't know what the contracts are, and we don't know how it impacts the general fund and how it impacts the budget of this city. I know the mayor has taken some credit, and I think he deserves some, but he certainly doesn't deserve all of it. And I think it's high time that people fess up. This administration has to understand that they do not work alone. This is not a vacuum. So if we want to make this city a better place, we all have to be playing together. So you can see when you go to the checkbook, which is an area that the administration went above and beyond what the legislation asked for. But although it gives you an amount and the contractor, it doesn't really tell you what the contract is for, nor does it give you information that tells you the service. I wanted to also go back to legislation, and that was the checkbook that we saw earlier was an example of what the mayor, Mayor Berry, was talking about when he talked about going above and beyond legislation. Well, the checkbook is good, but it doesn't really tell us a whole lot. And as far as the credit card, his own personal credit card, I think it's a good area to be talking about. But again, I don't think it serves really the purpose of what this portal was meant for, in my estimate. And I realize that going forward, I'm sure a lot of things will change. Some things will drop out and some things will be added. And the areas that we asked to be covered, some were covered well, some were hard and still are hard to navigate, and two areas were not even included. The two areas that they did very well, I think, was a report on all open capital outlay projects, a matrix that you can understand. You can see all the contracts that are out, a list of employees, a lot of information that I think people are interested in, including rehires, or sometimes known as double dippers. A quarterly report and actual expense report that remains to be seen, that has been asked by this legislation that it be done quarterly. And although there's been some discussion about how automatic that will be, it'll still be something that needs to be paid attention to. Now, two areas that I think, unfortunately, were not even included in the portal are an online template for asking for public records in a format that is easy to understand, and it's not even included. Now, another area, which I think is a really important area, and case in point was Phillips, when they left town, because of the clawbacks that were demanded by the Southwest Organizing Project and other organizations, some of the money was recouped. That's important. how they're being favored, if you will, or how they're being helped by giving them some incentives or even tax breaks. That's information that I think everybody wants to know. And that has not been included. It's something that's almost essential, almost a keystone to the whole reason for this transparency bill. So, again, I want to thank the administration for doing what they've done, albeit it was about 5 months late from what the legislation asked for. Let's keep doing some good hard work, and let's make sure that we don't get stuck in a place where people are wanting to take credit for something, when in fact this is for the benefit of the community, not for the benefit of any individual.